San Antonio Spurs just come out and demolish and dismantle the Dallas Mavericks in game one of the NBA season for the Spurs. I'm not going to overreact too much to the game, or at least try not to. It's hard not to because the stuff Wemby was doing out there, I don't even know if entertaining is even the word for it. It was more just like confusing and terrifying. Wemby's just put on 10, 15 pounds of muscle and he's just bullying the NBA. Looks like an absolute god out there. People in San Antonio, we are surprised. We're so surprised by this. I saw Wemby last year. I knew he had a skill set. I knew he had a ball handle. He could shoot jumpers. I knew he had a little bit of a post game, but just those extra 10, 15 pounds of muscle have just unlocked Wembenyama's complete game. I'm sure we've seen the highlights a million times, but I'll at least play them while I'm talking because it never gets old. I do have this muted, or Adam Silver said he's going to get me and try to do butt stuff to me. But as a Spurs fan, coming into the season, people were wondering if Wembenyama would be in the MVP discussion or if he could possibly win the MVP. Coming into the season as a Spurs fan, I was just thinking if Wemby's name is even in the MVP discussion, I'm going to be really, really happy. Let's say Luka, Jokic, and I almost said Doncic, Luka, Jokic, and Giannis. Let's say they all finish 1, 2, and 3, and Wemby finishes in fourth place for the MVP. These highlights are just so stupid. And Wemby finishes fourth place for the MVP. I'd be really happy as a Spurs fan. If anybody even just mentioned his name, if he got one or two, one, two, three, third or fourth place votes, I would have been really happy about that because I'm not trying to put too much onto Wemby's shoulders. He expects himself to be greater than any of us expect him to be. He puts more on his shoulders than any of the fans, coaches do. He just expects greatness from himself. So I guess it's not too unfair of us to expect a lot out of him. But after watching this game, again, I'm not going to try to overreact too much to one game. We can't watch this and say, oh, Wemby's for sure going to be the MVP now. Or people are already talking about, is Wemby the best player in the league at this point? I can't watch one game and say that Wemby is the best player in the league at this point. I can't watch 10 games or 20 games and say that. I'd have to see the entirety of this NBA season, then see some postseason action. Oh, that one's just so bad. And see some postseason action before I could say that Wemby's the best player in the NBA. But if we break it down, I would say Jokic is still my best player in the NBA. And the gap between Jokic and Wemby's offense, just based on this game, is not a huge gap anymore. The gap between Wemby on defense and Jokic on defense is just gigantic, just a humongous gap. The gap between Wemby and everyone else in the NBA on defense is just a gigantic gap. Wemby's going to be Defensive Player of the Year just easily, and again, between, let's say, Giannis, the gap between Giannis and Wemby defensively is a humongous gap, and that's insane to say. Wemby is just that generational as a defender. I'm not gonna say he makes Giannis look bad at defense, but Wemby is just obviously and clearly way, way better than Giannis. And then offensively, it's a pretty close one between Wemby and Giannis offensively. I can't say Wemby's better than Giannis offensively based on this one game. Yes, Wemby has a better ball handler. He's better at shooting, but Giannis just averaged 30 points last season on 60% shooting. So until Wemby has a season where he's averaging 30 plus points on 60% shooting, we're doing, I don't know, if he averages 35 points on 50% shooting, then I guess I would say he's better than Giannis offensively at that point, but just too soon for me to say that. But again, coming into the season, if Wemby was fourth place, let's say he finishes fourth place in MVP voting, I'd be really, really happy with that, just him leapfrogging his way into the MVP discussions. But at this point, he could legitimately win the MVP if the Spurs finish in sixth, the fifth or the sixth seed. Then Wemby could actually, excuse my PlayStation ad, Wemby could actually win the MVP if that happens. It's just insane. Coming into the season, I said there's no way Wemby wins the MVP. I thought we're just trying to accelerate his growth too fast. I thought Jokic was going to win it again because his stats were just so incredible last season. I think he'll average a triple-double again and just have incredible stats again for Jokic. But let's say Spurs finish in the fifth or sixth seed and Wemby averages, I don't know, 30 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 blocks. That's not outside of the realm of possibility to assume that he can average that. He's definitely capable of it. And then he wins Defensive Player of the Year. He's clearly going to be just so much more impactful on defense than everybody else is that if you understand what I'm saying, I feel like his defensive impact is going to make up for so much of that offensive difference between him and Jokic, him and Giannis, him and SGA. And SGA is just nowhere close defensively to Wembanyama either. So, I can only put. I still have Giannis, SGA, and Jokic as I can't even talking about Wemby, just leaving me speechless. I still have Giannis, SG, and Jokic above Wemby rather offensively. I still think they're better offensive players. I can't say based on this one game that Wemby's all of a sudden better than all of those guys. He had the Christmas Day game last year against the Knicks where he scores 42 points. We've seen the flashes on offense. It just comes down to if he's going to be able to consistently do this throughout the season. And we really have no reason to think he won't be able to consistently do this. It's not like he got hot from three and knocked down 10 threes. It's not like he just was hitting a bunch of crazy fadeaways or crazy shots. It was him just saying, I'm going to put my shoulder down. I'm going to bully my way through you. We're talking about a 7'2", 7'3", Derek Lively, 6'11", probably best post defender in the NBA, and Anthony Davis. And Wemby's just ragged on these dudes and just finishing on them like nothing. It really is scary hours for the NBA. I'm saying all this as a Spurs fan. I'm so excited to watch Wemby's second game, and we're trying not to overreact here in San Antonio. I always try to keep my takes not biased to one way or the other direction. So, and after game one, people are saying, is Wemby already the best player in the NBA? I love the conversation. I think they're overreacting, but, I love that we're already having this conversation. Like I said again, before the season started, I said there's no way Wemby wins MVP. I'll be happy if he finishes even in third or fourth place. After this game, it's definitely possible that he wins the MVP if the Spurs finish in fifth or sixth place, and he keeps putting together just stupid performances like this. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 7 million subscribers. Please let me know what you think about Wemby just looking like a fucking European god out there, and we'll see y'all next time.